allegedly was one of his darkest. Cops say the hip-hop star was fingered in a stabbing inside a packed nightclub.
You what?
What did he say?
I don't think I have to introduce JayZ to anyone, but if you have been living under a rock and you don't know who JayZ is, then he is Beyonce's husband.
Anything for you, Beyonce?
Just a fun fact to all of you who are interested in this story. JayZ was so jealous of Beyonce, he didn't let her be in the video shoot for her song with Sean Paul or Drake. So she had different songs with Sean Paul and Drake, and they're obviously shooting the video for it, and JayZ was so jealous that he didn't let her be in the video. Yet we come to find out he was cheating on Beyonce all the time. I guess projecting your insecurities on people is a true statement after all. But all jokes aside, Jigga is one of the most successful rappers out there. He has 21 Grammys, and he built a catalog of hits like 99 Problems, Brooklyn's Finest, Public Service Announcements. Those just pop into my head as soon as I hear the name JayZ. But it all wasn't sunshine and rainbows for JayZ, because when he released his fourth album titled Volume 3, Life and Times of Sean Carter, he sold over 3 million copies to this date. By the time of the release, Hov wasn't too happy because he learned that someone had made a bootleg of the album before its release. By the way, for my young people who out there who don't know what a bootleg is an unofficial remix that incorporates the complete or finalized original song or album. So basically somebody leaked his album and started selling it before JayZ was able to release it and sell it himself. So one night while he was at a club in Brooklyn, he learned that the person responsible for the bootleg was there. Enter Lance Rivera. Lance blew in the music scene by financially helping the Notorious B.I.G. in his early career. Lance then went on to manage a record label known as Undead Records. But to this day, the reason why Lance released the bootleg of the album is unknown. Now let's move back to where JayZ was at the club at the same time Lance was. JayZ said in his book that he released in 2010 called Decoded, he stated, "One night I went to Q-Tip's solo album release party, and at some point in the night, I ran into the guy everyone's been telling me is behind the bootleg. So I approached him. When I told him what I suspected, to my surprise, he got real loud with me right then and there in the middle of the club. It was strange. We separated and I went over to the bar. I was sitting there like, no, did this not. I was talking to people, but I was really talking to myself out loud, just in a state of shock. Before I even realized what I was doing, I headed back over to him. But this time, I was blacking out with anger. The next thing I knew, all hell had broken loose in the club. The night, the guy went straight to the police and I was indicted. There was no reason to put my life on the line and the lives of everyone who depended on me because of a momentary loss of control. I vowed to never allow myself to be in a situation like that again." Now, what I've told you kind of does make sense. Like, this person bootlegged his album, he kind of met him and blah blah blah, they went off at each other. But what doesn't make sense is what follows. When he was indicted in Manhattan criminal court in late January 2000, he pleaded not guilty.
Involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved in this.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting?
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
He and his lawyers contended that they had witnesses and videotapes proving he had been nowhere near Rivera during the incident. However, he later pleaded guilty to a third-degree assault.
You had an incident with Rivera, you know, where you pled guilty to charges of, I don't remember exactly the charges, assault with a, is it assault with a deadly weapon? Is it?
They would have never let me be
okay.
out here with you if that was the case.
You stabbed him. Okay, all right. Do you?
So first he said he wasn't guilty, then all of a sudden he said he was guilty. So let's just say he admitted his guilt and you were the judge. Do you think he deserves jail time? If you ask me, I definitely think he should be locked up, but maybe not for long, maybe for a little while. Well, our boy JayZ only served 3-year probation sentence. You heard me correct, a 3-year sentence for stabbing someone. If this doesn't show you that money gets you away with so much, then I don't know what will. So just to tell the truth, Lance Rivera wasn't really loved by many artists, and I understand his shady side of business is nothing to write home about. But if you go out and stab someone in the club, you will face 15 years of prison, minimum. That's exactly what JayZ was facing. But somehow this guy was able to hire a lawyer that would get him out, not only out of jail, but only on 3-year probation. I don't think you guys understand what probation means. Probation just means you cannot do anything illegal after that. So literally JayZ could go on about his day, drink, whatever he does, record music and stuff, and he would just not be in trouble. But if I did it, or let's just say a regular human or a regular member of society does it, the minimum they would face is 15 years in imprisonment. Now, I'm not hating on JayZ whatsoever. After all, he is Beyonce's husband.
Anything for you, Beyonce?
But what I am hating on is how easily the justice system was being bent because he was rich. See, I don't think that justice system should be just bent because you have money and you're able to hire a very good lawyer who can get you with so much stuff. I think that if you do commit something, then you should be able to be punished for it. And with that, we end today's video on how JayZ got away with stabbing someone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A like would help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and a sub to the channel is always appreciated. Alright, peace out, guys.